house had been empty for years. That's what the neighbors said anyway. When Marcus signed the rental contract, the landlord seemed almost too eager to hand over the keys. A sprawling Victorian home for a price so low, it felt like charity. Marcus, recently divorced and hollow from loss, didn't question it. He only needed a roof and silence. The silence came easily, too easily. At night, the house seemed to breathe with him. Floorboards exhaled, pipes groaned, and sometimes he swore he heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, just outside his bedroom door. He told himself old houses made old noises. On the third night, he discovered the locked door in the attic hallway, painted over, forgotten. His flashlight beam traced the outline of the frame. No handle, only a small slit at the bottom, as though the door itself wanted to inhale. For days, Marcus avoided it, but the sound came, always at 3:12 a.m. A faint scraping, like nails dragging across wood, always from behind the attic door.
One night, unable to stand it, Marcus pressed his ear against the door. Silence then, please. It's so dark. A woman's voice, thin, trembling, fragile as glass. Marcus stumbled back, heart hammering. He should have run, should have called the landlord, but grief is a dangerous companion. It whispers, "You are already broken. What more can hurt you?" So Marcus whispered back, "Who are you?" The voice sobbed, "They locked me in. Please, just talk to me."
And so he did. Night after night, Marcus sat by the painted door, speaking to the unseen woman. She told him she had lived here long ago, trapped by cruel hands, left to rot in the dark. She spoke of loneliness, hunger, silence so loud it clawed at her sanity. Marcus understood too well. He poured his own grief through the wood, about his divorce, the child he rarely saw, the hollow bed he returned to. Their pain braided together in the dark, a twisted companionship.
But then she began to ask Marcus, "I'm so cold. If you let me out, I'll be warm again. We'll both be warm again." He laughed bitterly, brushing his fingers across the paint-sealed seam. "I don't even know if you're real." The next night, he awoke to the sound of breathing, right beside his bed. He turned. Nothing, but the painted door upstairs now bore marks, deep scratches carved from the inside.
By the seventh night, the voice no longer pleaded. It coaxed, sweet, venomous. "You already live with ghosts, Marcus. The ghost of your wife. The ghost of your child. Why not me? Set me free." He couldn't resist. With trembling hands, Marcus tore at the layers of paint, ripping wood splinters until the slit widened. Behind the gap, a darkness deeper than any attic could hold. A hand slipped through. Pale, cold, grateful. It curled around his wrist. The next morning, the neighbors whispered. Lights on in the house again. Curtains moved, a man's shadow in the window. But inside, Marcus was gone. The house now had 2 tenants. The woman from behind the door sat at the dining table, sipping tea with pale lips, humming an old lullaby. And across from her sat Marcus, smiling faintly, eyes hollow. He spoke, but his voice no longer belonged to him. "It's warmer this way." The attic door was shut again, but if you pressed your ear to it, you could still hear scratching. 2 sets of nails now, dragging in unison.